So guys, in this video we will be talking about how the new multiverse could potentially be introduced through what seems to be our main villain for The Flash Season 9, that being the Red Death. So if that sounds interesting, let's hop into it. Yo, what is going on guys, Flashverse here, and welcome back to another video on The Flash Season 9. This video, it's going to be a theory video, and we'll be pretty much talking about how the Red Death could potentially introduce the new multiverse. So obviously The Flash has been filming for a while now, in which right now they're around like episode 4, episode 5, somewhere around there. So we're slowly not only getting closer and closer for us getting that first trailer, but also we are getting closer and closer for the cast and crew themselves, getting closer and closer with finishing their final season day by day. And it's getting emotional, obviously, and obviously for us fans, once we actually begin watching everything, it's obviously going to hit right then. It's probably even going to hit when we get the first trailer, and in regards to when we're going to get that first trailer, I have no idea. But obviously throughout this filming we have been getting some recent set photos, in which the set photos that pretty much made every Flash fan go crazy came from the set photos from Canada Grass very recently from their episode 4 shoot, which revealed what could potentially be our main villain of the season, that being our very first look of the Red Death. Now obviously this made fans so happy, because Red Death has been a character so many people have wanted to see since season 5, because Red Death was teased since season 5, and ever since then many YouTubers and just content creators in general have been creating multiple theory videos in regards to when we will be getting Red Death on the show. And looks like season 9 is when we're getting treated with this character. Now obviously there is a twist with the Red Death, which we will get into in a bit when we obviously delve more deeper into this multiverse theory. But before I go over anything, however, you guys don't forget to drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel so you are aware of more Arrowverse content coming your way. So yeah, as I said, Red Death is coming in The Flash Season 9. Now in regards to the identity of Red Death, we did talk about this during like the set photo breakdown. It is Red Death with a twist, and it's pretty much the main Bat family member of the Arrowverse, that being Batwoman. So this will be played by Javicia Leslie. Red Death will be played by Javicia Leslie, who is actually who played Batwoman from seasons 2 to 3 of Batwoman. And other than the other option, that being Oliver Queen, this one does make the most sense, as I said earlier on in the video, this is the main Bat family member in the Arrowverse. Now obviously this did get fans intrigued, because this is what seems to be an alternate version of Ryan Wilder, meaning this could potentially open doors for this new multiverse being explored, which we will talk about in a second. Now the whole premise behind the Red Death is essentially, and this I'll be going from like the comic book route over here, so I'm not really gonna refer to Red Death as Ryan Wilder, I'm gonna refer to it as Bruce Wayne. But essentially Negative 52 Batman, pretty much he lost his loved ones, he lost Robin, he lost all of his loved ones, and he just wanted to find ways which he could stop crimes in Gotham happening faster. And in doing so, he becomes committed into taking the Flash's speed, because he thinks the Flash's speed is the key to pretty much solving all of his problems. Eventually, Batman starts off with the Flash's rogues galleries, takes their weapons, and uses those against the Flash. And then eventually, when facing off against that Earth's version of the Flash, he drives him through the Speed Force using the Batmobile, and that essentially combines the two, forming the Red Death. And I think the show could somewhat follow a similar route to that, so we could have an alternate version, or Ryan Wilder from another Earth to be more specific, experiencing those same problems as Bruce Wayne from the comics. So maybe this version of Ryan Wilder lost all of her loved ones as well. She lost Mary, she lost Sophie, she could have even lost Batwing, and obviously she's trying to find ways to just defeat crimes a lot faster and also bring back her loved ones. And in doing so, she could have defeated that version of the Flash from her own Earth. And then what essentially happens in this dark multiverse comic is, when the Red Death becomes the Red Death, he realizes that essentially his Earth is broken and it's not going to survive, in which he hears a calling, and this is from the Batman Who Laughs, but they're not really going to do this on the show. but he finds out that there's an Earth which is going to survive, and obviously Red Death becomes committed in going to that Earth. And they could somewhat do something like that, obviously not through the Batman Who Laughs, but we could have something else. Maybe it could be linked to the Flash Season 8 ending in some way, because when you really logically think about it, you can't really link that blue crystal to the Red Death in a logical way. Obviously, we could get answers when we begin watching, but there's obviously a theory. So maybe what could actually happen is whoever is behind this crystal could be the one calling into this dark multiverse, and whoever is in control of this crystal could be the one calling in the Red Death into Earth Prime. That could be something that works. So we could have something where, okay, we have Red Death as the villain, but then we have the blue crystal guy, whoever it is, it could be Cobalt Blue, who is like the main villain. That could obviously work out as well. But obviously with the Red Death stepping into Earth Prime, this could potentially open doors for us exploring this new multiverse, where clearly there could be a dark multiverse involved. Or maybe the show could do their own twist on it, where this is just Earth 52 Batwoman or The Flash, not Negative 52. They could do something like that as well. Now, another option, and this is not going to be a logical option as well, you could just say this could be Earth Prime Ryan Wilder, who somehow becomes the new Negative Speed Force user. However, I just don't see that being a possibility. I don't think this is Earth Prime Ryan Wilder at all. I think whoever the Red Death is over here is Ryan Wilder, but from another Earth. But when you really think about it, this is the final season of The Flash, so is there really a point in introducing a new multiverse when the show is ending? That's the bit that's confusing me, because it seems like they're trying to end the Arrowverse with The Flash. The Flash is, after all, the last Arrowverse show. There's nothing confirming that Stargirl is part of the Arrowverse, and obviously we know Superman and Lois is not in the Arrowverse, it's in its own universe. So when you really think about it from that point of view, is there really a point in exploring this new multiverse? Obviously it would be really cool, don't get me wrong, but they won't really do anything with it because this is obviously the Flash's final season. So in terms of that, I'm not sure what they could do or what's happening over there, but I guess we will have to wait and see. Now, in regards to Red Death being the main villain, I've said this before, so these set photos are coming from episode 4, and when you really think about it, the main villain should be revealed by then, and it depends if we're following the graphic novel format or not. We're either going to have one main villain, or once again, we're going to have a main villain for the first half of the season, and then another main villain for the second half of the season. And I've always said, we need to end the show with the Reverse Flash, so I think Red Death is either a one-off villain where they just do this episode, introduce this new multiverse, or she is going to be the main villain for the first half of the final season. Now, the reason I'm saying she could be the main villain of the first half of the final season is because this is from episode 4, so maybe we're gonna live through at least 2 or 3 episodes with Red Death being revealed, because this is episode 4. It would be so random to just have Red Death popping in now and just explore the new multiverse like that. It seems like they're gonna do a full-on storyline with that, so it seems like Red Death is our main villain for the first half of the season at least, and obviously episode 4 is pretty much halfway into a graphic novel, or it could be the final episode or second to last episode of the graphic novel. I don't know about that. But it seems like Red Death could potentially be the main villain for one of the halves of the graphic novels, and then we could get another villain later on. Or she could actually be just a one-off villain, and then whoever that blue crystal guy is going to be the actual main villain of the season. That could obviously be a possibility as well. I know I did kind of manage to link the blue crystal and Red Death in some way, but I don't know. If you think about it in like another perspective, that season 8 ending and Red Death, it doesn't really make too much sense, at least so far, so I don't really know. But since it is episode 4, I'm going to take the assumption that Red Death is going to be our main villain for at least one half of The Flash Season 9. But yeah guys, thanks for watching. If you guys have enjoyed the video, please give a like and subscribe. Be sure to tell me in the comment section down below what you guys think about all of this. Would you guys like to see the new multiverse explored, or do you guys think Red Death is going to be our main villain for this final season? I'm interested to see all of your thoughts towards all of this as well. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next video.